Hello and welcome to the first of a series of training videos from higherlearning.biz. Our goal is to help you become successful, avoiding common pitfalls and giving you answers to many of the challenges that you'll face when you're trying to deliver products and services via projects. The learning intention of this video is for you to fully understand the reasons of why it's important to read your contract so that you can understand what is a minimum price for a particular project or job so you can set that minimum price and make a profit. I like to start my videos with a quote, and I'm a big fan of business leaders around the world, Warren Buffett being one of those. So, one of his great quotes, and if you remember nothing else from these videos, remember this one. Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. Now this may seem obvious, but so many businesses don't actually focus on the fact that they need to be making a profit to be able to continue and subsequently fail. The stats show that most businesses don't, or 20% of businesses don't survive the first year of operation, and up to 80% fail to survive in the long run. So there is some basis to this. As a real point, a local football hero took 10 years of his earnings, put it into a construction business, won a major contract, so was very happy, delivered what he thought was successfully, only to find out that the prime contractor refused to pay all of his costs. Now this was obviously a big surprise to him, and it turns out that the reason was some subterms in his contract. So while it doesn't matter who's right or wrong, he had to take the prime contractor to court, sell his home, and yeah, ultimately not a great outcome for him. So this is why it's critical to fully understand your contract before you enter into a business arrangement. So by way of example, how much is the pen? So under a contract, how much is it for me to hand you this pen? Now this is representative. It could be any product or service that your business or company delivers. So just to give you an example of why contracts are important. So to get the most out of these videos, I recommend when I ask a question, you pause the video, have a think, provide your own answer, and then restart the video to hear my opinion. And you may want to canvass other people's opinions as well. So under a contract, how much for me to hand you this pen? I love asking this question of university students to put them under pressure, aids their learning, and they'll panic and go, oh, $1. And I'll say, no. You get someone else will answer, oh, $20. I'll say, no, higher. Someone will be brave and go, $1,000. Not even in the ballpark, higher. Someone will say $5,000. At that point, I'll say, look, this is where experience tells me that this, for me to hand you this pen, $40,000. Why $40,000? That seems excessive. Well, first of all, I'm a professional. I need to charge for my time, and my reputation goes with this pen. I want to guarantee that it works. I want to ensure that my customer actually pays me, so I run a test program so I can verify that the pen works and when I hand it to you, so I've got a means of getting paid. There's the fact that there may be specialist requirements stated in the contract. What are the special requirements for this pen? Does it need to work in space? Does it need to work underwater? In my particular case, I need this pen to work when I'm on a flight, so it needs to work in a pressurized cabin, and it's surprising how many pens don't work consistently in a pressurized cabin. So the specialist design that's required to actually meet those requirements has costs associated with it. There's a manufacturer. You may want 1,000 of these pens. This may just be a sample. So what are the long-term costs and how many do I need to deliver? What are the manufacturing costs? The test program, there may be training and documentation required. It may seem a bit silly that you need training material and documentation for a pen, but you may need to be able to repair this. You need to know the specialist specifications. So if you need to manufacture it because your existing manufacturer ceased to exist for some reason or unable to supply you. So there's a number of different reasons and input costs that go into any project that determine what your minimum cost is. And you need to understand those very clearly, because if you don't, you're going to set a price that's too low, you'll deliver, and the customer will say, yep, here's the payment that we agreed, and you'll suddenly realise that you're actually turning yourself into a charity and working for free. So it is critical to understand your input costs. So to finish with a quote, projects are a journey. Don't let your contract be the first pothole on that journey. Read the fine print so you understand what it is required for you to deliver successfully. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this training video, please share or see our website for additional videos at higherlearning.biz.